have been crazy, but that's just alright.
Kia ora everybody, welcome to the First Call Plus. We're previewing 3 races on the undercard from our meetings tomorrow here in New Zealand, and we're going to start away with race number 6 at Ellerslie, the 1400 metre event here for the rating 65 gallopers. Open market here, Jason.
Not a bad Craftsman, the favourite off that debut performance, which was pretty impressive, beating Mongolian Beauty, even though Mongolian Beauty herself hasn't won a race yet. Murray Baker and Andrew Forsman hold her in high enough regard. And she'll get a day at some point. Kamikaze Rebel, what have you made of his recent performances, Aidan?
Well, I thought he was luckless at Hastings last time out for sure. Never really got a clear running, and because of that was never tested. Likely to get back and running again at Ellerslie. We've got Call Me Bob, Sun Jeans and Inaminka all likely to press forward. There looks to be enough sort of early speed in this race, but by race 6, the last of the program at Ellerslie on a heavy 11, it'll be testing conditions by then.
Not a bad Craftsman was very good, as Jason mentioned, at Tauranga. Let's take you back and have a look at this run. We'll certainly cop track conditions again, Jason.
And was well ridden this day. Jason Waddell rides once more and just loomed up to them and never ever looked like losing.
It was a terrific win. Jason Waddell also rode Spirited Away to win. He's opted for not a bad Craftsman on the strength of this win. There's no real surprise there. Here's a horse who looks well capable of taking the next step up.
He's got a lot of improvement in him, doesn't he? Like, he sort of got to the front and he probably loafed the last 100 metres. Jason Waddell was kind enough on him, just kept him up to the mark. So he's got progression. He's a son of Master Craftsman. As a general rule, those horses get through the rain-affected ground.
Yes.
What would you suggest doing here, Jason? A win bet on Not a Bad Craftsman?
I'm not going to play the race, but I was sort of keen around Kamikaze Rebel and Not a Bad Craftsman. Look, Inaminka, his form rather has been okay. Gets the apprentice allowance and that'll help him out. He seems genuine enough.
Yeah, his run the other day was the first in about 7 weeks at Pukekohe. On Sunday was a very good run. The horse I'm going for in this race is Kamikaze Rebel. Like Jason, I found this horse on top, and I thought the money was worth playing as well. Beat Call Me Bob a couple of starts back, and that horse has since gone on to a win in second placing, and meets that horse 4 kilograms better. As long as he cops the conditions, I think he's very hard to beat at an okay price.
Race number 7 at Taranaki is the 3210, brought to you by Fast Track Insurance, fasttrackinsurance.co.nz. $4. It's All Belt, hard to be humble at $4.20. The potential that horse will come out, Jason?
We understand that Hard to Be Humble will be withdrawn tomorrow. That's sort of how we're playing it. How did you see it in the speed map?
I had it in the trail there, Hard to Be Humble, but we might take it out if you're... there we go. You speak and we will respond. That was David likely to get forward. It's All Belt, nothing trivial, somewhere near the speed. Alfie D likely to get back and running.
Got a pretty good pattern with That's David. The last 7 runnings of the race has been pushed to try and lead on most occasions. Sometimes he's been able to get there, other times he hasn't. He's won the race. He's placed 2nd and 3rd, a couple of 6th and a couple of 8ths.
Getting a bit long in the tooth now. He was beaten 57 lengths in this race last year. Yeah. He's going to have to do a bit of improving. Yeah,
I'm not suggesting that necessarily he's going to be a winning chance, but the TAB have a special market if you think he can finish in the top 5. I think around $3 or something like that.
Let's take in Nothing Trivial, second from Te Rapa. Really good run on this occasion. Was on a heavy 11 track, Jason. I'll get you to talk me through this.
Yeah, Nothing Trivial. Look, put the writing on the wall, I think it was 4 starts ago, ran a slashing race. This was only fair. Again, with Hard to Be Humble, we're not expecting that Hard to Be Humble will start tomorrow morning, but look, if she does, then she was probably the better run.
That's sort of maybe bringing That's David a top 5 finish into reckoning, isn't it? You got Hard to Be Humble comes out, maybe lose 2 or 3 more. He might only have to beat 1 home.
I wonder what the deductions would be.
In. Yeah, well, that's true as well. So.
Really liked It's All Belt. I think he showed last time that he was getting closer to a form that saw him perform really well last year. He's been quite disappointing, expecting a little bit more, but he keeps dropping in handicap rating. He's held that from his last start, 3rd, but I think he's ready. It's just a case of settling. He sort of has been over-racing a little bit, but maybe he sits just off That's David and can move into the race at the right time.
What were your numbers here, Aidan?
I had the 5 on top, now being scratched, so that means Nothing Trivial, the former Counties Cup runner-up. He just got too far off and wide at Ruakaka last time. Not too sure how he handled a bad track, but like Jason said, It's All about coming into it nicely. Yeah. Proved run last time, was good enough to win 4 straight, up 22 to 2400 metres last preparation, so the 2 miles shouldn't be an issue.
Very good. Let's turn the page over to race number 8, the Epic Journeys 1800. Epic Journeys taking tours all around the world. Go-to man $4.80, no need $6. Getting out to $7.50 around Gordy's Gesture, and Nitro Ted up the top at $7.20. Aidan, this is the sort of race where you could actually make some serious coin if you liked one.
Yeah, I thought the map was interesting here. I thought Gordy's Gesture hit the line really strongly last time out, but we'll get a long way back in this according to my map. Time Bomb, perfectly enchanted, Nitro Ted on speed, but I didn't really map a lot of pace in this race, Jason. How about you?
Yeah, pretty much in agreement with what you have there. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to sort of be a little bit aggressive with Nitro Ted from that wide draw. And
in that map we had No Need, who is actually going to run at Ellerslie, so yes. Unfortunately we can't get that map back up and take it out again. That would have been nice.
Yeah, so No Need at Ellerslie, but Nitro Ted is getting up in ratings now, but with that claim, as he's had in his last 3 starts at least, I think he can still hold, if he holds that form, I think he can still win the race, and the bookmakers have him as one of the harder horses to beat.
It's pretty good this day too, doesn't he? And beats home a whole heap of the rivals in this race as well, so it's Nitro Ted down the inside, isn't it? So
he really stuck on, didn't he? Like on this day they started to scout as the day progressed, so it's not bad making ground on the inside like that.
No, exactly. It's a really good run.
And that maybe flattered Go-To Man. Like Go-To Man came from well back in that race. Maybe the tempo didn't suit, but came the part of the track that they started coming later on. So, yeah, we improved, and I don't want to be potting Raymond Connors in a staying race on a heavy track.
This is his first up run for a long time, and he comes in 2.5 kilograms better than the winner as well, so there will be improvement on that horse for sure.
So I'm not potting him, but just suggesting that he was coming on the better part of the track. So maybe
that's the first person you haven't potted today?
Nice to some. How would you play this race, Aidan?
I found it really difficult. I was keen on No Need, it's going to be scratched. Keen on Gordy's Gesture, it doesn't map well, so I'd be a little bit wary about playing this race myself. I found it a difficult one.
Mr. Tan?
Nitro Ted perfectly enchanted might be the value. Things haven't gone perfectly enchanted's way the last couple of starts, with Gobstopper just sort of setting tempo that didn't really suit. But if there's any sort of mid-race slackening of the tempo and Leah Hemi is able to replicate what she did 3 starts ago when she won, then she's shown that she can sustain a run in the right sort of race, and it might be on Saturday.
Called Out was good last time, really lifted late on the track, so I wouldn't be ruling that either.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, boys. You enjoy your weekend. That's all we have time for here on the First Call Plus. Happy punting.